lovely ladies talking about recycling. What types of things can and can't be recycled. So how much do you guys know about recycling? A little bit, a lot? What do you think?
A lot.
How many of you? How many of you girls recycle at home? Sorry, she says. Okay, can you name something paper that can be recycled? Allie.
Newspaper.
Okay. Allison.
Use the back of your paper in the right.
Okay, but think like if you were putting your things out in the recycling bin, that paper bags. Yep. Ashley.
Cardboard.
Cardboard. Yep. Julia.
I forget.
You forget. Laura.
I forget.
Okay. Brooke.
Everyone took mine.
All right. Allison.
Paper airplane.
Okay, a paper airplane. How about magazines? Can you recycle magazines?
Yeah.
Can you recycle phone books?
Yeah.
What about your grandma sent you a birthday card and you took the big fat check out of it and now you have a greeting card? Can you recycle the card?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about folders?
Yeah.
We said paper bags, flyers. You know, things that come home in the Pollard Express and your mom reads it, your dad reads it. Can you recycle? Yeah. Catalogs. That LL Bean catalog comes and you order everything you want. Soft covered books. You have old books that you're not going to donate to the library or something like that. Soft covered books. Brooke?
Book orders.
Okay, book orders. That's another thing that's paper. Amber? What is it? Plastic bottles. Yep, that's something plastic that we can recycle. What other plastic things can we recycle? Kelly, you have a paper? What?
Mom. My old homework. Mommy.
Plastic. What plastic things? Shannon.
A plastic box.
Plastic box.
Boxes are fun.
I guess. Bridget?
Plastic shovel.
Plastic shovel. I don't think so.
Simple.
Yep. All right. Who hasn't got it? Leanne.
I have this Italian ice thingy that I eat, and the cup that I eat it in, I can recycle.
Okay. Is it plastic?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Who else? Laura?
Pans.
Yep, that's aluminum. So that falls under metals. Caitlin?
Plastic forks and knives.
Actually, you cannot recycle those.
Why not? Mommy, I have something.
Because it says you can't.
Let me ask something.
What?
It was those big bottles that you get Pepsi in, the
Yep.
big bottles.
2-liter bottles, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and they have triangles. They have like an arrow in it and a triangle with arrows.
What
around
about sandwich bags? Can you recycle a sandwich bag?
Yeah.
No. What about tissues? Can you recycle tissues?
Tissue boxes.
Tissue boxes you can recycle. Tissues, not so much. What about pizza boxes?
Yeah.
You can recycle the pizza box. You just have to take the liner out that has the greasy part on it. What about paper towel rolls?
Yeah.
Yes. What about cereal boxes?
Yeah.
What
Did you take out the free coupons?
about the rule for paperboard? It says, does it tear? Is it clean? Then recycle it. So if you can tear it and it's clean, it can go in recycling. What about glass?
Yeah.
What kinds of glass things can you recycle?
Oh.
Allison?
Like wine glasses.
Not the wine glass, the wine bottle,
Yeah.
but not the wine glass. Okay. You just washed those. Ashley?
A glass cup.
A glass? No, you can't recycle glass drinking cups. They are not recyclable. I don't know, but they are not. And it says
Plastic
right.
cups.
Yep.
Mom.
Any plastic cups that have the the number on the bottom in the triangle?
Yeah.
You guys all know what that looks like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Number 1 and number 2 plastic is recyclable in plastic. Allie?
I have something plastic, the little cups that we use, like the triangle, with the straw built in.
Mm-hmm.
They have triangles, so you can put it in the recycling bin if you don't.
Absolutely. What about metal paint cans?
You need to wash them out. No.
No. What about bug spray that comes in an aerosol can? Can you recycle the can?
That'll probably attack bugs.
Because you can't recycle anything. Why can't you recycle it? Does anyone know why you can't recycle the old bug spray can?
Attack the glue.
Anyone?
There's chemicals inside.
Exactly, because it has hazardous materials inside. Nothing hazardous can be recycled.
Chemicals.
Other things that are glass that you can't recycle are, you can't recycle drinking glasses, you can't recycle light bulbs, you cannot recycle ceramic cups and plates, mirrors, or window panes.
Mommy, are the cats and the dogs and the horses ceramic?
The things that you made, yes, those are ceramic.
Oh, so you can't recycle those. I was just going to say
Exactly.
that.
Um,
Like glass.
Other non-recyclable plastics are plastic grocery bags, which you can usually bring back to the store though. 5-gallon pails, like if you're painting like your whole house and you get those big buckets of paint, you can't recycle that paint can either. Plastic silverware, needles, sandwich bags, lids and caps, glassware, dairy containers, and anything that has hazardous material in it. What about metals? What types of metals can you recycle? Allie?
You can recycle Pepsi cups, but you have to wash them out or else it'll attract bugs.
Okay. Bridget?
Actually,
You don't know? Julia? Soup cans, absolutely. Kelly? A metal door.
Ow.
I don't
It's
know.
too big.
I'm thinking no.
It doesn't matter. Me in the chest will stick right to it.
What about aerosol cans? Like your...
You already said it.
Yeah, but aerosol cans are recyclable if they're empty, but they just can't be paint cans or pesticide cans. Can anyone think of anything else that you can recycle? When you think about Earth Day, because you all talked about Earth Day at school, I'm sure.
Yeah. I homeschool.
Okay. What are some ways, besides recycling, what are ways we can help the Earth? Brooke?
I forget.
Okay. Caitlin?
Like going to the park and cleaning up.
Absolutely. Cleaning up trash, yeah. Or not littering in the first place is also a good one. Hannah?
Some trees are cut down.
Yeah, you can plant new trees. Planting trees is always a good one. Allison?
Pick up trash that you see in gardens and stuff.
Absolutely. Allison?
Flowers.
Plant flowers, yeah.
Oh.
Amber?
Protect the rainforest.
Protect the rainforest. Yeah. Ashley? Do you want me to come back to you, Ash?
By recycling?
By recycling, yeah. Laura?
By cleaning up the earth and
Okay. Julia?
helping endangered animals in my life.
How can you help endangered animals? That's a great one. How can you do that?
Well, since there are people with jobs that cut down trees to make houses and stuff, you could make bird houses and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So help the animals have another habitat if theirs is ruined.
Like have another home.
Okay. Kayla?
Like you can go to some cruise.
Kayla, speak up. What should you always be careful about, though, if you're picking up litter, if you're at a park or something like that? What should you always be careful of?
Glass.
Glass, yeah. What else? Amber?
Poison stuff.
Yeah? You always want to be careful. If you're going to do a cleanup, like sometimes Plaistow has a town-wide cleanup that we can certainly participate in, but you want to be really careful with what you're picking up and where you're picking it up from, because you would want to be careful that there's not broken glass, there's not anything poisonous, that there's not a needle that can stick into you. So kids especially need to be very careful, and you always want to wear gloves if you're doing a cleanup someplace. Okay. What are some other things that help the earth? Like what about if you and a couple of your friends are all going to the same place and you all take separate cars? Is that a good idea? Why not?
Because smoke's not good for the earth.
Mm-hmm. So maybe walking more or carpooling with
Riding a bike.
Carpooling, yep. Riding a bike.
Riding a scooter.
Riding your scooter, yep. Kelly?
I know why you keep all riding a car.
Why?
Because it'll make more pollution.
More pollution, right. We have enough pollution. Sydney?
When you're outside and you're eating something, don't throw your trash on the floor. Go inside and throw it away.
Absolutely. Allie? Okay. Can anyone think of anything else? Yeah, don't throw trash in the water. What about if you're at home and it's a sunny day and you have all the lights on in your house and you turn on the TV, but then you decide you want to go outside and play on the swings, but then you just leave? What do you think? Good idea? Not good idea? Caitlin?
Not good idea. You should turn off the TV.
Because what does that do? What does that conserve?
It wastes electricity.
Right, so you're conserving energy. And money. Absolutely.
Money.
What are some ways that we can reduce the amount of waste that we have? Allison?
Help the earth by cleaning it.
What are some ways, though, that we can reduce the amount of things that we need to recycle in the first place? Like, what are some ways to reuse things? Okay, Shannon? Forgot. Okay, Sydney?
Like you could give it to some people, like that could make it out of cocaine and stuff.
Give what to people? Recyclable?
Yeah.
Okay, good one. Bridget?
You can reuse water bottles.
Absolutely, you can reuse water bottles. Laura?
Reuse paper.
Reuse paper? Like use the other side of it? Use both sides? Yep.
And you could use a pencil to erase that.
Absolutely. Allison? Brooke?
Put it into the recycling, and when the truck takes it, they can melt it down and make it into something new.
Allison?
After you use some paper bags, you can use bags over and over.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Barb Burry, and this evening at the Plaistow Girl Scout Leaders Meeting, we're starting the meeting with a recruitment pitch looking for new Girl Scout volunteers. And you may wonder why, as an adult, you'd want to volunteer for Girl Scouting. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Girl Scouts. We're part of a worldwide organization. We're chartered separately from the Boy Scouts by Congress, and in the United States, we're known as the Girl Scouts of the United States of America, or GSUSA. We were founded in 1912 by Juliet Lowe, whose nickname was Daisy, and that's why we call our youngest Girl Scouts Daisies. In the United States, we have almost 4 million members, 3 million of those being girls, and approximately 900,000 adult volunteers. And we're hoping to add to those ranks of adult volunteers with our Girl Scout story tonight. We're part of Swiftwater Council, which is one of 300 councils in New Hampshire, and we serve about 20,000 girls and 5,000 adult volunteers in New Hampshire and one county of Vermont. And you probably wonder, if I'm going to volunteer as a Girl Scout adult, why is Girl Scouting different? What does Girl Scout do to make a difference? How is it different from other youth organizations? We have a promise and 10 laws and 4 core values that really make Girl Scouting what it is today. The 4 things we try to do with girls in Girl Scouting is developing their self-potential, helping girls to explore their values, helping them to relate to others, and helping girls to learn about giving service. And anything you do that meets those 4 values turns out to be a good Girl Scout program. The other thing that makes Girl Scouting very different from other youth organizations is girl planning. I mean, kids do sports, kids do music, and it's all pretty much an adult-directed program. But in Girl Scouting, the big difference is that it's girl-planned. And probably some of you are thinking, oh, I'm going to be working with brownies. They're first graders. How much could they possibly plan? So at first, they might start out doing, simple decision-making and making a choice between, do we want cupcakes or brownies at our next meeting? But ultimately, they work up to the point where you have kids like my older girls. I have the girls in 7th through 12th grade who just recently planned a trip to Portland, Maine, and figured it all out and wanted to go on the train. Their big mission was they wanted to stay in a hotel and have room service, which maybe isn't the finest Girl Scout program in the world, but that's what the girls wanted to do, and they figured out how to make it happen and sold enough cookies to make this happen and did all the decision-making themselves. So the cupcake brownie choice at Brownies comes to planning meals by the time they're in juniors, comes to planning whole weekends by the time they get older. And it's one of the things that really makes Girl Scouting special. Sometimes it makes it a little harder on the adults, but as an adult volunteer, you can be a part of that and helping girls to learn those decision-making skills. Some of the other things that are special about Girl Scouts is you have to figure out why you want this for your daughter, or if you don't have a daughter, why you want this for children in general. It's a place where girls can grow strong. That's been the Girl Scout tagline for several years now. You think, well, what does that mean? They're learning how to lift weights, or becoming physically strong, or what sort of thing does that mean? It's really preparing girls to take care of life's challenges, that because of that value discovery and working on their self-potential, and starting even at a very young age as kindergartners and first graders, trying to figure out who they are, what they like. I have kids who are like, I'm not one of those camping girls, and they figured that out in Girl Scouting, but they gave it a try. And some of them, they've discovered whole new worlds in arts or music or theater or things they may never have tried. But that whole value, exploring their own value system, helps them to face life's challenges. It helps them to be strong, because by the time they're in middle school, even elementary school, they're facing a lot of challenges. Peer pressure from kids, pressure to use various substances, alcohol, tobacco, drugs. They've already started to become stronger people just from what they've learned in Girl Scouts, that hopefully that gives them some resistance to that kind of stuff. It helps them meet the challenges of organizing their schedule. Kids are so incredibly busy, and my older girls are unbelievably busy between band and sports and scouts and schoolwork and maintaining their grades and trying to get into college, but they've learned over the years how to piece that all together, and how that, okay, when I get home I can't fool around, I got to get my homework done, because this Saturday I'm not going to be able to do homework because we're having an event. So they learn how to face those challenges, and that's how girls can learn to grow strong. So it's something that's good. It's something you'd want for girls. Generally, people will volunteer because they've got a daughter and it's a good thing to do. You want them involved. But another thing that's nice about Girl Scouting is that it's a girl-only organization. It always will be. It has come up at the National Council meeting numerous times. Would we want to change it and make it co-ed? And it has always been a resounding no. We want to stay an all-girl organization. It gives girls a place to be girls. They don't have to compete with the boys. They don't have to deal with the boys. It's a girl's world, doing girl things. They can excel on their own terms. And it makes a safe place for them to be, a place that's fun and enjoying and special just for girls. So why would you want to volunteer? Okay, it's good for girls. It's, a nice all-American sort of thing to do. What's in it? Why would you want to volunteer? And there's a lot of reasons. It's good for girls. It's good for the community. It's good for adults. There's an awful lot of fun and friendship and fellowship that can be had by being a Girl Scout volunteer. It's a chance to try out skills. And I have to say, right off the bat, you don't have to be somebody's mother to be a Girl Scout leader. I'm not. I don't have kids. I've been in Girl Scouts since 2nd grade, and I think a long time ago I got done with the paying back part. So I'm in it for the fun and the reward I get out of it. And I get a lot of reward for working with the kids. It's really kind of neat to see them going from being scattered I took them on at 5th grade, the group I have now, and from seeing scattered 5th graders that couldn't really kind of put it all together to this group of older girls that can plan trips and run events for the younger girls and do so very successfully. Watching them grow and mature into that has been incredibly rewarding. You don't have to be a leader to be a Girl Scout volunteer. So Girl Scouting gives you an opportunity to, maybe you've got some skills you'd like to try. Maybe you have always wanted to be, the cub reporter newspaper sort of person. Volunteer as a PR person for a Girl Scout group. Get the pictures in the paper, write the story, tell the Girl Scout story. It's a great way to sharpen skills that you might not get to do in your workplace, but to get some credible experience for a resume. It's a great way just to get to try your own skills, push your own muscles a little, try some stuff that you've maybe never done yourself. For myself, Girl Scouting has always been a chance to do things as a kid that I wouldn't have ordinarily gotten to do. Some of you have heard the story how I have the family whose idea of roughing it was the hotel where room service stops at 11. And I never would have gotten to go camping. And because of Girl Scouting, I not only got to go camping, I got to go mountaineering, I got to go on an archaeological dig, and got to do some pretty phenomenal rugged outdoor stuff that never would have happened without the Girl Scouts, because my folks just weren't like that. In with Girl Scouts, I've gotten to go to a world conference. I've gotten to attend the national convention a number of times, and I was the kid who could never make phone calls. Anybody who knows me won't believe this, but I'm really pretty shy. I don't like to make phone calls. I don't like to ask directions. I don't like to speak out. And after years in Girl Scouting, found myself on the floor of the national convention making a huge motion to a proposal in front of 8,000 people in the Coho Center in Detroit. And this little voice in my back of my head's going, I don't think you could have done this without Girl Scouts. But it's the kind of thing, the kids do it, and skills you can pick up as an adult as well, stuff you might never have believed you ever would do. You can end up encountering through Girl Scouts, which is really kind of neat. You don't have to be somebody's mom. You don't have to be a leader. There's tons of ways. In our service unit here, we have 7 troops, serve almost 200 girls. We need leaders. We need co-leaders. We need people who have interests that can help with badges or activity patches or try-its. If you've got a particular skill that you'd love to share with girls, photography or art or music or horses or animals or outdoor skills or indoor skills or decorating or first aid or health and safety, any of those sorts of areas, there are badges. And girls, leaders don't know it all. And so if they can bring in adult experts to help in these areas, it can really enrich the program for the girls. We need people to do administrative type roles on the service team. Locally, we're governed by a service team that is here in Plaistow. We run events for the girls and just coordinate the different troops and try to keep things moving smoothly. So we need people at the administrative level. If you're somebody who loves to do paperwork, oh boy, can we keep you busy. If you're somebody that would be willing to be a phone contact person, be a registrar for events, if you like handling money, if you like handling cookies, if you have a certain marketing urge and would like to help promote cookie sales or fall product sales, we can use adult volunteers in that area too. Or if you really want to work with girls, we can always use leaders working with troops. It's, it's an exciting thing. It's a lot of fun. We have all different ages of girls. Girl Scouts start in kindergarten as daisies. First, second, and third graders are brownies. 4th, 5th, and 6th graders are juniors. And then cadets are 7th, 8th, and 9th. And seniors are the oldest ones there. 9th, they're 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And I have the troop that has all the older girls in it. And the older girls do a lot with the younger girls, and that helps you if you become a younger girl leader, because you can borrow older girls to come and do stuff with your troop. They'll come and do a badge in a box with you. We've already got a weather badge in a box, and we're working on others. They're happy to come and teach things, and they love running events. And here in town, another thing that makes it easier for leaders is you don't have to think of all the big events to have, because we have a big sleepover every year. We have a sock hop every year. We try to do an encampment. We try to do a leader-daughter dinner and outdoor day and Earth Day. So there's different events taking place that you don't even have to plan a whole year's worth of program. If you want to become a leader, a lot of it's in place for you, and you can work your own troops program around that. You can get a lot of program out of sock hop. You know, picking your theme and picking your costumes and what you want to wear and be and do. So that's pretty much my pitch. If anybody's interested, we have forms and pamphlets and brochures, and any of the people here who are already leaders would be happy to tell you more about and what it's like being a troop leader. So I hope you'll consider signing on.